Hey! Science111 here, and welcome, one and all, to Not for Broadcast. Well, just where the hell do I start? This is a very big day for this game, obviously, as today, aka the day I'm recording this, is the day that it has officially left early access and is now out on Steam with its full story completed. I first heard of Not for Broadcast when I saw Jacksepticeye play it during its earliest days of early access back in 2020, I believe. And since then, I've had a lot of interest in playing the finished version when it eventually came out, even though it took some years. But I'm almost certain that the experience will be worth the wait, especially given that this ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in both good and bad things happening to it. Bad being that it caused production to be halted for a while, but good being that it inspired the crew to do a very special episode, despite it not affecting the main storyline in any way. But I'm getting very much ahead of myself. We'll get to that when we get to that. Anywho, let's go ahead and get into what I'm planning on with this game. As I have read on its release date announcement some time ago, there are several different story endings that could happen based on what you have done leading up to any one of them. This can range from how much money you have at the time, how you have treated your family and boss, and, most predominantly, what you choose to show the people of your country through the magic of television. It's majestic, I can say. If there are indeed several different endings that can happen, I most likely will not have the time or patience required to do a crap ton of playthroughs of Not for Broadcast just to see them all. So, I have planned to do 4 different runs of this game.
We're still vassals, slaves, we're just
Yep.
in prettier cages.
1, 2, 3, 4. The number of fingers on your hand, well, if you count the thumb. Just want to make a cheeky little joke here before I continued. This first run will consist of me supporting Advance, a radical government organization that won the election by a landslide after the previous prime minister resigned following a sex scandal. The second run will consist of me supporting Disrupt, a resistance movement that wants Advance overthrown because they think that their actions of improving living standards could be scandalous and illegal. The third will see me support neither Advance nor Disrupt, and the fourth will see me supporting both at once. I predict that a lot of chaos is going to happen throughout my time doing all these runs, especially the latter two, since I know that I just know what's going to happen at the ends of both the Advance and Disrupt runs, but so much could happen if I support both of them or neither of them at the same time.
We're still vassals, slaves,
But never mind that. I just want to support one or the other for right now. So, enough of me jibber and jattering. I'm gonna throw the script away right now. Start me a new game. Game name is going to be Advance. I've tried to put in a space there, but apparently I can't really do that. I would put CE111 at the beginnings of my costumes and set configurations in my fuser mixes, but you can't do that here for some reason. But never mind that. I just want to get into this game as soon as I can. Okay, so there are 4 different main difficulty modes that you can work with. Story mode. Experience the story without the stress. Non-broadcast mechanics are off. Viewers are very forgiving. I'm obviously not going to be doing that, because it's going to be way too easy. Intern. less challenging.
Still vassal slave
Non-broadcast
slaves,
mechanics are less demanding. Viewers don't switch off so easily. Broadcaster, recommended, a balanced experience. Non-broadcast mechanics and viewer ratings provide a reasonable challenge. And showrunner, a real challenge. Non-broadcast mechanics are more frequent and more difficult. Viewers stop watching quicker.
What a wild ride this has been.
I don't exactly know how hard showrunner's gonna be.
Well, that's a very...
And then there's custom, where you can customize the various different aspects of the elements in the broadcast room.
Friends,
But we'll get to that in due time.
confidence that the team will keep you safe.
I'm gonna do the recommended setting. The
Now you start to see it.
I'm starting to run out of breath from talking so much. I'm gonna do the recommended difficulty, which is broadcaster. I think it's the difficulty that I've seen the most, and
That's all
it's
coming up on tonight.
therefore what I'm going to
National
be
Night
the
for
most
News.
used to. I don't think I've seen that before. This is brand new. Holy cow. And there's the title. Not for broadcast. I think I have a feeling I'm gonna like this game already. Cheeky little joke there. Loading screens can be skipped by inventing a time machine. Whew. Amazing things are gonna be happening as soon as things start to load up and I'm ready to play. Yeah, I am very nervous, but I'm gonna cut my nervousness some slack here because this is my first official time playing, and I'm just gonna have a good time with this game. Oh. And it looks like the first day is going to begin momentarily. Day 1. The election. Okay, so there are going to be instructions here based on what the game is telling. Okay, so the game is going to tell me what to do based on... I hit the right arrow key. I need to hit the D-pad. D key. Okay, I'm gonna answer this call real quick.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen,
Yes?
I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you.
Okay.
First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
And then to turn left, you just press A.
Look up at the top.
Simple.
That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and
Whoop.
down.
Damn.
Underneath that, you've got
Yeah.
the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the 4 small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now,
Yeah,
have a look to your left.
I'm doing it already.
These buttons control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again.
I know how most of this works already, but I'm just letting Dave walk me through it since this is officially my first time playing, and
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles
And
for
if
the
in
show
case
before us.
you haven't
Fortunately, they go on for fucking
seen it
ages,
yet.
so there's
Oh
plenty of
yeah, I think this would be a good time to mention that this game is going to have some serious adult content in it, including lots of foul language, sensitive themes, like there's one I want to say, but that's a spoiler. for right now, I just want to say that it's what Advance is going to do on their part to, quote-unquote, raise the living standards for everyone. Yeah, I just want to throw it out there real quick before we continued. Okay, resume button's down here. That's gonna take some time to remember.
To explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
Yes?
You can see a load of videotapes
Yes.
on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any 3 and load them into the machines on
I'm
the
going
right.
to
When you've done
do...
that, look up to the front again.
There we go.
Won't be long now till the signal starts coming through from the station. Stay on your toes. All the bigwigs are in tonight because of the election, so we better not make any mistakes.
Okay. Yes, sir, Dave. You can bet
When you get
I'll
the
get
signal,
on it.
select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Okay, getting that
Prawn and
signal.
mayonnaise?
You don't see if you make me go out and
There we go.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
This is charming.
And yet you persist, going in 5, 4.
Poppy pop. Oh,
Good
boy.
evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
I feel tempted to click on the 2 button because I just feel tempted to screw up to see Dave's reaction, but I just want to play the game as it's meant to be played for right now. Just want to throw that out there right now, too. I'm sorry if I keep repeating the same stuff once again. I'm just very nervous. That's all.
Right. 1, 2, 3,
3, 2,
1.
1.
Lovely,
Oh.
mate.
On the dollar.
Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1, and that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
That globe in the middle. Got it, Dave. You can count on me.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now, lovely, mate.
Just like that.
Decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom.
Okay, so this is the
Use that
interference
slide
tutorial
on
right here.
or your scroll wheel to move the wave up
Okay, so
and
this
down.
is what I use to move the wave up and down.
In the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies.
Ever
and of
so
being
slightly.
The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However,
Good so far.
It's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make
Okay.
sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
to hear the co-leaders accept
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back.
There we go.
Jeremy, I need you to
Ah.
the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker snatches.
That's a
on
bit
the
of
way.
a relief.
Should ask him about the
Making it to the
election.
first ad
Personally, I
break.
don't confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right. He doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning
I
offensive.
think I am going to like this game a little bit more given its customization options.
We've made it to the first
Although
ad
they're
break.
somewhat
It's doing
limited
great,
given
mate.
the
This is where it starts to
scenario.
get a lot trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple
Been
cameras
having to clear my throat out a lot too, for some
lot of it's
reason.
down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't
1.
hard. Please
Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not
Okay,
as
just stay on
complicated as
who's
it
talking,
sounds. You've seen
no shot longer than
programs
10
on television,
seconds,
haven't you?
and
Make it look
do
like
reactions
those.
no longer than 3
Might as well
seconds.
get screen 1
Got it,
sorted
Dave.
now. No need to wait for the broadcast broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Okay, I know to go back to Jeremy when the news comes back.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan
Perfection.
Wolf, correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to
shock
Blunderclatch
films.
on screen 3 when she says his
Joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here
Got
with
that?
us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's
He's
reaction.
a wonderful chap. He really
Lovely.
is.
Now back to Thunder
With
Twat.
him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter,
Okay, doing so good so far.
and you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember
Good.
correctly.
Audience is going up.
To mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan.
First time juggling between screens, and I'm already getting the hang of this, I think.
I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well.
How does he make of it?
Well, now you're
I wonder.
asking. A historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear
Yes.
when it comes to politics. One should
The politics.
always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry.
Yeah, this is what I'm worried about.
Again. Okay, don't panic.
Mostly.
I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll
Okay.
get a countdown on the screen, but I'd just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very
About to
soul.
happen.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
The Medicated.
Cool, looks like
The bunker.
Blunderclatch is losing it in the
2 weeks
studio,
later.
but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit tricky.
Okay, more interference.
Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold
I might want to
down
consider
the
using
mouse
the
to
keyboard
your
controls
keyboard,
pretty
and
soon.
as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
You think I don't know that?
Went a little bit too far there, but it's not enough to cause interference.
No, Liz, we mustn't.
Any difficulties in the picture?
Lance, to you, Miss Flanagan.
Oh, violence towards woman.
Sharp
That's an
little-
absolute no-no.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time push upwards.
You told me.
Upwards.
Doctor,
to make it bigger.
You need to see this.
Downwards to make it smaller.
Back by going downwards.
I'm way ahead of you, Dave. Told you could count on me.
The sterility.
Even though you can't actually hear me because I'm in real life and you're in a video game.
This is the key.
Bloody perfect, mate.
That's right.
We have to ask ourselves.
Bloody perfect.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
I think I've got it down pat. Oh, that's changed.
Right, I guess I better explain
That-
how to deal with bleeping out swear words.
The title sequence for the medicated has changed since I've last seen it.
Is about 2 seconds behind the master.
Well, I haven't played this game before, but I've seen a crap ton of YouTube videos on it.
Like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear
I
that
want to
swear
listen to
word
this.
going out
This
on
is
the
the censoring
broadcast.
tutorial.
You need to hold down the bleep button or the space bar on your keyboard for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good.
Yeah.
You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
Chairs that are steel and
Got it.
deal. We got those
I
chairs.
hope.
You want crazy? We got crazy. Crazy Neil's got crazy deals. You want to
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Seriously, Chadworth.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shit, he's pissed.
Shall I
Get ready
start?
to bleep.
Go for it, Pat.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you all for coming. And thank you all
where
for
do I
coming.
start?
And, well,
What a
where do I start?
day.
They said we
What
couldn't
a
do
day.
it.
They
They
certainly
said
did.
we
They
couldn't
used
do it. Every
certainly did.
dirty,
They
low-down
used.
liar.
Okay, I'm getting have to use the space bar for this.
For you. The people.
Nice.
You saw
Like that.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Sorry about that.
Kind of find this pretty amusing, to be honest with you.
Coarser than the
Memorably
greatest.
put. Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Who can blame Peter
Throughout
for
the
This-
celebrating? You've heard us say that
Throughout the
advance are
campaign,
not.
I find the
always
bleeping
so
sound to
hard.
be a
Advance
bit
are not- That is what
funny.
you have when things are going well. That is what you have when the country is suffering. You don't need a party. When the country is suffering, you need a team. A team that can change things. A team that can change. But today is day one of a new future. Day one of a new future. Fairer future. A better. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
I don't know why, but I just find this plain funny.
Before
Having
we
to
came
censor
out
his
with
foul
restoration,
language
we used
like
our
that.
executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the Tax Office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of problem. You really don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more hiding wealth funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoke your passports. We revoke your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. But first, you're going to pay first. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals to properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all.
Said we'd have to raise billions. You'll see when we reclaimed what
Waited a bit longer for that. Whatever.
Absolute. So to you posh twats.
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people who
Kind of a bit complicated cutting between angles and censoring at the same time.
Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards. We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we've got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. If not,
well, that would be Dave, but given that he's not here right now, and I'm in it.
This evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful Jeremy Dawson.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate.
Yep, no doubt I've got it now.
Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
With this exquisite limited edition collection.
Same old boring politics. You sure about that?
Sign up now, and every week we'll send you an authentic, ethically sourced ingredient to add to your salad. Build your collection week by week, and very soon you'll have a salad
Broadcast
that really
complete.
gets the lunchroom
Challenge room
talking.
unlocked.
From tomatoes and oils
I'll
to
continue
leafy
as
greens
soon
and
as
lovely
this
grains.
advert is over.
This really is the complete
Or I think it's
collection.
going to automatically take me to the next screen as
A
soon.
companion magazine that explores the history of the art form. From the great
I think it's going to
Balsamic
take me
Wars
to
of
the next
48,
menu as
or
soon
Edward
as
the
the
Confessor's
advert
discovery
is
of the
over.
cucumber, to the man that changed the very way we see the humble salad, Julius Caesar himself.
What,
Start
the
your
Roman
personal salad
emperor?
collection now, and we'll send you your first 3 issues. Loose leaf, Remain, and Iceberg. Plus this exclusive lettuce fridge magnet, all for just $7.97, with free postage and packing. Order now, and you'll receive this crouton display case, free.
Who needs a
That's
display
right,
case for
absolutely
croutons?
free. With a retail value of $18.99, your crunchy cubes will look their absolute carby best. But don't delay, this exclusive offer is available for a limited time.
I don't think I'm going to be doing that ever again. Let's continue.
Program's finished. You'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each sequence and an overall grade. Remember, grades mean bonuses, and they keep the boss.
Hell
If you want to know more
yeah.
about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
I got an A+ on all 3 sequences. And, overall, damn, I'm good.
Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid and how much wealth you have overall. That bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares, you're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care?
For now, why would I care? You have received a generous bonus. Current wealth is broke ass poor. And these shares down here, we'll get into them later.
This is the last page and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Oh yeah, the big boss. All this stuff that Dave is telling me right now, that was not in any video of Not For Broadcast I've ever seen up to this point. But if we go ahead and select continue.
Alright mate, welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick rushes and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now.
I can't actually proceed with the game until I have looked at all three of these.
On the left, that's all the broadcasts that
In case you're wondering.
Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's national nightly news. But before that, let's take a look at what's
I don't
coming up
remember
later
there
on
being a
tonight
loading
on
thing
Channel 1.
up
At 7
in
o'clock,
front of all
it's
these
the
buttons right
semi-final
here.
of the quotation.
The fastest you can go is 16 times speed.
Hi.
I'm just gonna presume it looked very good to the public.
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those.
Okay, rushes.
Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
I'm a bit curious to see what Lawrence Blunderclatch and Megan Wolf have talked to each other about once I went to the medicated Blunderclatch interview. I'm also going to do advance acceptance, but it's only going to be the part where it's Jeremy Donaldson's reaction. And then I'm going to end this part off. Should be almost there now.
Get the car ready.
Okay,
And we're
right there.
out.
Rob, get the car ready.
Mr. Blunderclatch,
No! I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blunderclatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
Upset?
Rob! I'll be at the door.
He looks pissed.
Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham. It's in my contract.
That's weird. I
sorry,
remember
I just had
reading
to.
in the
I had
Not for
to.
Broadcast Wiki that
Go on then.
Lawrence got
Say
mad at Megan
what?
for bringing up
What did you
politics,
say?
but it doesn't look
The
to be
hair
true,
was-
I don't think.
See, this is why you're single.
Let's go ahead and do advance acceptance and see Jeremy's reaction on the speech that we just heard. Right.
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
And Julia Salisbury.
Alright. I think I should enable one of
Okay,
these.
well, thank you all for coming,
Sounds.
and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They certainly did.
They used.
It's going to be very hard to hear Jeremy's reaction to this. Although I think I can hear it very good, even without any audio coming from these 3 screens right here. Just this one. Even Jeremy's laughing to this, surprisingly. You can tell based on the sounds he's making. I think the subtitles.
No, party, team spirit, all that bollocks.
Swearing.
Yep, swearing. Good thing I bleeped it all out. You can thank me later, everyone, at the National Nightly News team. You're welcome in advance. I get it. Fun right there. Because Advance is now running this country. Get it? Ha ha ha.
You know, probably you rather you don't, because the likes of you and
So it doesn't look like much is happening in the studio. Nor in real life, other than my talking over all this. I have reason to believe one... Can they do that?
Incursion on personal liberties.
Yeah, there's going to be an event sometime in the near future.
No, that is serious.
In-game, where someone in your family is going to be very upset over the Assets and Wealth Act, and it's gonna come up in the next part. You'll see it. I don't know why, but I just have a tendency to treat everything as spoilers for some reason. How I can change that? I don't really know.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer. Advance have this to say to you. It ends today. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your...
Yes, yeah, on the other side.
See you on the other side indeed, Megan. Alright, I think that's about enough. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the adverts and see, well, one of the ads I didn't play. Okay, I played Exercise with Ham Sleeves, then I did Crazy Neil Winter, and then My Salad Weekly. But what about this one, you may ask? Come to Bumley.
Where
showed some of Ham Sleeves ads. Ham Sleeves
beaches,
ad right here.
Clear waters and fine dining. Well, we're not sure, but here in St Bumley on the Taint, we've got a big hill and the bus comes twice daily. Visit picturesque St Bumley this summer and experience a holiday that's simply unlike any other. Come and visit the abandoned Spade Factory. Your kids will love exploring the old production line in relative safety. Grab your tetanus shots and come down today. There's no gift shop, but feel free to grab an old handle from the skip out the back. Or why not indulge your cultured side and visit some of our sites of historic interest, like the parish church, currently the subject of a thrilling police investigation, the old market, home of the fairly big cabbage, or the hole. Hey, that's a nice hole.
Yuck.
And after a long day exploring Bumley,
how could anyone call that nice?
One of two communal tents. Or you could take advantage of our famous nightlife. There's a radio in the calf, or on Fridays we gather to watch tramps fight. Come on, Harold, you scruffy old meth head. Only 85 minutes from the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding natural interest. Isn't it time your family went Bumley way? And hey, if you come in the dry season, we've got a car park. St Bumley, on the Taint, naturally.
I don't think St. Bumley is where I would want to go for any vacation in the world. At all. Well, I suppose that's that. This may be the end of the part, but not the end of the session. There are going to be some places where you're going to have to make life choices that could affect the entire rest of the game. One of them's coming up now, but I'm going to save it for next part. I'm absolutely loving this game so far. You get to be in control of the news, you get to select which camera angles you want to at your own free will, although you have to make it look like an actual program, otherwise the viewers are going to switch off. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break before I continue. So, that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!
I've been living in a paradise. It's awfully nice if you don't think
why I'm